Hello my fellow darklings, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first YouTube video, so please bear with me. I'm still new to the cash envelope system. I spent this month trying to get used to using this system. It's still a bit of an adjustment. So a little bit about me. My name is Luna. I work 2 jobs, I go to school, and I have a cat. She will make her appearance in due time. I'm sure everybody would love to see her. Her name is Isis, after the Egyptian goddess, so please don't take this anywhere or make it political. If you do, your comment will be removed and you will be blocked. So with that said, my income consists of 6 paychecks. One job pays me weekly and the other one pays me bi-weekly. The general estimate of how much I make is $1,950. That's the baseline that I need to ensure that all my bills and rent are paid and all my living expenses are covered. This is just the baseline. Sometimes I make a little more. Anything extra I put aside and save it towards my credit card debt. My expenses include rent, phone, credit cards, internet, groceries, and transportation. I'm fortunate that my rent includes utilities and it's $1,200. This is a steal for the city I live in, and this is a 1-bedroom apartment. Studios go for this price. I don't own a car, so I don't pay for any car payments or gas, but I do take Uber and Lyft a lot to my morning job, which costs me roughly about $200 a month. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, it just depends. But this is just the baseline. So the total expenses come out to $1,830 a month. So it's barely squeezing by. I make a lot of my payments online, so I need to have a general amount in my bank account to ensure that I can pay all of my expenses. So the total amount that I have here, $289, that should be per paycheck. So this is gonna be 289 times 6, and that's how much I should have at the end of the month. The same thing with my physical wallet, which is actual physical money I carry with me. I really don't like carrying a lot of physical cash, so I do limit myself on purpose. I really don't like it. I feel very unsafe with it on my person, especially since this city has gotten a little bit more dangerous, especially because of the pandemic. So the total for my physical wallet expenses are $42, and this is per paycheck. There is one thing about the physical wallet that is a bit of an exception. I always make sure to have double the amount of this 42 to make up for the 2 weeks that are missing, so I don't end up having, like, say $34 one week and then the next week I only have 17. I try to roll it over so it's $34 all the time. So with all of this added up, 289 and 42, I should be making $323 per paycheck. Now, as you can see, this paycheck has only $300. Any rollover amount from here goes to here. So currently I've had 3 paychecks so far. I should have $867 in the bank, which I do. This is the current amount that I have in my wallet. I've spent all my takeout money and I've spent about $11 in groceries, so that leaves me with $23. All of this is left untouched so far. Now, with the amounts within the wants and sinking funds and the $63 that I have in total is equal to $3,800. I'm going to be stuffing $3,737. So I do apologize if I'm cutting off a lot of my speech. I had COVID back in January. I was off from work for an entire month. I've spent February recovering and March as well. I'm a lot better now, but I still do run out of breath after speaking for extended periods of time. So I do apologize if there's a lot of breaks in between. That's just me trying to catch my breath. Originally, I was going to be doing this in January, but it didn't quite turn out how I wanted it to. Yay, what a great start to 2021 by coming down with COVID. Fortunately, I survived. It was a struggle. It was terrifying, but I got through it. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe out there. So this is my current wallet. It's a very cute little binder, and in black, of course. I really like this little accent right here. So these are the cash envelopes that I have. They're gorgeous. I absolutely love them. I got them from an Etsy shop called Aika Crafts. I'm going to share the business card that came with it. I actually got these patterns from a set of envelopes she had. There were several others, but I didn't really like them, and I asked if I could custom order with the patterns that I do like, and she said yes. And I ended up getting a second pair from her as well to put into my wants binder. So this is already stuffed with the money that I've been using so far, so I'm not really going to count that. I am crunched for time. I have a lot of stuff to do, and this is my only day off today for the whole week, and today is Tuesday. So I'm going to start off by stuffing my wants binder. This one has different patterns, but it's still in black. I used Avery stick-on labels to label these, and then I use an embossing labeler to print out the labels. I was originally going to paint the labels black, but I decided not to. I kind of like how the embossed labels stand out against the white, so I decided to leave it. So for electronics, I should be adding in $329. By electronics, it's really general. This will be added in for a new phone, an iPad. I've always wanted an iPad. I want to build my own PC, along with other electronic wants. So I'm going to do 20s. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. $300, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9. How's your week starting out so far? I hope it's going well. Please let me know in the comments below. How are you feeling about all the restrictions being lifted? I know it might be different depending on the state that you are. My city is still in red tier level or so, but they're limiting capacity for indoor dining, and it's terrifying. For fun, I will be stuffing $100, also in 20s. That is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. For vacation, I will be stuffing $100 as well. Also in 20s, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So what's your story? What's pushing you to get into the cash envelope system and trying to save money? Are you trying to just save money for something big? Do you have any big plans for your future, or are you just trying to be smarter about your money? Let me know in the comments below. I want to know your story. I want to know what drives you and motivates you to do better. For a house, I'm going to be adding $20. I really want to surround myself with more like-minded people that are ambitious and push for success in their lives. I was actually born and raised in poverty. My grandmother raised me. I call her my mother. She's been on SSI since she got me, and we've lived off of welfare and food stamps, and it was very difficult to get by. Making ends meet was difficult, but we still managed to make the best of it. So I know a lot of my own insecurities with money come from how I was raised, but it also helps give me a perspective of being smart about what I do with my money. and appreciate what I have and how far I've come. So for my car, I'm adding my future car. I'm adding $20. Right now, I don't want to get a car or thinking about learning how to drive because it's not easy having a car in the city, especially with the current situation that's going on. A lot of cars are getting stolen, broken into. That's just a lot of more expenses to worry about. Not to mention the street parking is hell. So I just find it a lot more convenient to not have a car. For school, I'm adding in $50. I'm going to add the 50 flat. Feel free to share your own life story as well and your story of struggles. There's nothing more motivating than seeing people share their stories of success and how they have overcome all these trials and tribulations to be where they're at. My major is in psychology, so it's how the mind works is really, really fascinating, especially during the times of stress and feeling like you're going to be defeated, but yet somehow, somewhere you find the strength to overcome it. For the vet, I'm adding $200. 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. For gifting, I'm adding $100. I will also say that I do cut out the video here and there since I do have a tiny bit of lisp. I absolutely abhor it. That's actually part of the medical cost that I'm going to be talking about in a bit to help fix, only because my teeth are actually kind of crooked, unfortunately, but I'm working on getting that fixed now. Retirement, I'm adding the last 50. Oh no, you don't get away. No. Apartment, I'm adding 150. So I do live on my own. I used to have roommates, but I don't want to have roommates anymore. And I could have saving $500 more a month, but I think it's worth it. My independence has been the greatest success in my life so far, despite the odds of the city being almost impossible to be independent in unless you have some high-paying career. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 50. I'm sorry for all the background noise. Like I said, I do live very close to the city, so it gets very noisy. This honking. Okay, sorry about that. Apparel, that'll be $100. I don't know why I put the 20s there. 40, 60, 80, 100. The apparel will include anything that I need, like say I need new work shoes or new work pants. And then this envelope is for the deposit in case I need to deposit any money. So that's it for the wants binder. And now for my sinking funds. So this binder was originally intended for something else, but that didn't quite work out. So I decided to do it for the sinking funds. It's a little bit bigger and bulkier than the other two, but I'll make it work. It works for me. Better than spending money on another binder and having to sit around. It's about saving money, not spending it. So for medical, a lot of this includes a lot of dentist work that I'm going to have done. I'm going to be getting my wisdom teeth removed, and I'm going to be getting Invisalign braces to fix my upper bite, whatever it's called. and hopefully this can help fix my speech a bit. I added these black papers because I don't really like the whole transparency of the pouches, and seeing all that money there, it just feels very noisy and very unorganized, and I don't like it. This helps cover it and just keeping it black and blank. That's the one thing I was never quite able to afford before, which was dental insurance. I've always been basically on the low income bracket, and a lot of the jobs I worked didn't really include a lot of benefits until recently I took advantage of it. The struggles of having been poor. Luckily, I'm not as poor as I used to be. It's still a struggle sometimes, but I'm better off than I used to be. So for medical, it's going to be $1,000. I'm just going to add 20s. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80. I'm not going to do that. 200, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800, 20, 40, 60, 80, $900, 20, 40, 60, 80, $1,000. So in total, I need to save up about $4,000 to be able to pay for my braces and my wisdom teeth removal. I had to remove all of them. I've never done that before. It's terrifying. How was your experience getting your wisdom teeth removal, if you've gotten it? Did you go under, or did you just get local anesthesia? For debt, I'm adding 200. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200. Wait, no. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. And then another 100. I do apologize, I'm very exhausted. This has been my only day off so far. I'm very fortunate that I have my job still and that they're stable. One of them is at a grocery store, so I did get that $5 raise here. And any money that's going to be extra from that is going to be put aside into my debt and my medical funds. For emergency, I'm adding $500. I'm gonna move it over here. One, two, three, 4, 5. We're going to ignore this empty pouch here. For the bills, I'm going to add $100. My goal is to have about 6 months worth of bills in here, just in case if anything happens. So $100 for bills. I'm gonna add a straight 100. For Prime, this is another bill of sorts that I do have, along with Norton and Office. I obviously need some antivirus for my laptop, and Office helps me a lot with my schoolwork. These I pay yearly, so they're the cheapest option. I recently found out about Student Prime. I don't know how I didn't know about that before, and I've been going to school for like 2 years already. But that saved me about $50 since they refunded that back into my card after I switched to Prime Student, and then they gave me 6 months free. So that's been amazing. My goal is to add $2 a week to have the amount for the end of the year when I need to pay it, or whenever it is that it's due. So Prime will be getting $6. 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know I'm overestimating the amount that I need. It's going to have some money left over, but I'd rather have that money left over in there in case I ever need it for something else, or I could just have it paid in advance already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Norton as well. I ended up dividing them by the 52 weeks that we have in a year, and it ended up being like $1 and under 50 cents for each, but I'd rather just have that money sitting there, especially with Office. Office only cost me $35 a year, so I might have double the amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Office. Then for my savings should be $700. So that should be the rest of it. Let's start off with the smallest denomination first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. So that's what's going into my savings. This FAFSA binder is for whatever FAFSA gives me ends up being left over. Usually the leftover money, I would leave it in my bank account, but I've gone through a lot of it already. So the one thing I'm not including in here is that I have about a month's worth of rent already overpaid, and that's sitting with the company that owns the apartment building. So in total I have like $5,000 saved. I also do have a little bit of buffer money on the side that I haven't counted. I actually use something to hide my money. I actually use something like this to hide any of the money that I have. So here's a little bit of buffer money that I have here, just in case if I don't want to go to the bank, I can just take it out from here and then eventually withdraw it to replace it. And I just put this in my bookshelf and it just blends in with everything else. This is where I would always stash my money before. I would just count it, put it in a little notepad, and just put it away. Okay, so that's basically it for the video. Like I said, I was very crunched with time, so I had to make it quick. If there's anything that you guys want to see, let me know. Like, for example, the counting of all the money that I had here. I know a lot of people find satisfaction in that. If you guys see any ways of simplifying things or something else that I can do better, let me know. Always give your feedback, but please don't be an asshat about it. Any hate, any negative comments, I will not deal with. I'll just ignore them. After all, it is my money and my system. This works for me. It's keeping me organized. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content. I hope you're all staying safe out there. I hope you're all achieving your goals and pushing for them and never giving up. Always be positive, love yourself, reinforce yourself, never give up your self-preservation. You will succeed. If I can do it, you can do it. If you're in poverty, I know you will get out of it. If you're struggling financially right now because of the pandemic, I know you will overcome it. You will be okay because you are powerful and you are strong. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, ever, because it is your life and you are in control. So that's it for my first video out there. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you guys soon for the next stuffing of my paychecks. Bye.